Sesame seed, and sesame seeds once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm back with seed of the day, the one and only sesame seed. So if you're kind of like Coach D and you only thought that sesame seeds came on hamburger buns, right? Perhaps that's the only time that you've ever been exposed to sesame seeds. Well, guys, today things are going to get a lot more interesting than hamburger buns. So please stay tuned. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the sesame seed. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Sesame seed is one of the oldest oilseed crops known to man, mentioned in ancient scriptures of Babylon and Assyria over 4,000 years ago and domesticated well over 3,000 years ago. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The sesame seed is ancient. Also, sesame seeds are derived from the sesame plant, which produces small pods that burst open upon reaching maturity to reveal the nutritious seed. And last but not least, sesame oil and sesame butter come from sesame seeds. So there you have it. The sesame seed has different functions, right? We can extrapolate the oil, plus we can make an actual butter from the seed itself. All right, now it's time to dive into a few fun facts. The world harvested a whopping 4.8 million metric tons of sesame seeds back in 2013. Now, if you take a look at the picture, you can see just how small sesame seeds are. So just imagine 4.8 million metric tons. Quite a few sesame seeds. Second fun fact, the largest producer of sesame seeds today is Myanmar, while the largest exporter is India, right? And our third little fun fact is sesame seeds contain up to 60% oil and 20% protein, making them a high source of both essential fatty acids and amino acids. So for those of us who are looking to get more protein in our body and perhaps a little more of the healthy good fats, it's easy. Just eat more sesame seeds. All right, now let's dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that you need to know about the 520 rule is that it pretty much pertains to food labels. That's right. So if you're looking to understand how to read and of course comprehend food labels, all you have to do is understand the 520 rule, which basically is a guide. That's right, it's a guide. It's a guide to let you know whether or not the food item that you're eating is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. So here's what you always want to focus on. When you read the nutrition facts, there's always a column that says %DV, which stands for percent daily value. Now, most of the nutrients will have a percentage in that column. What the percentage is letting us know is that out of 100% for the entire day, what percentage is a serving given the human body? So, if the food item offers 0% to 9% DV, then it is not a good source of that particular nutrient. However, if it offers 10% to 19% DV, then it is a good source of that particular nutrient. And lastly, if it offers 20% or higher DV of that particular nutrient, then it is an excellent source. So now that we understand the 520 rule, let's go on to talk about the nutrition facts. Okay, nutrient content, here we go. So today we're going to say that a single serving of sesame seeds is equivalent to 1 tablespoon, which is about 9 grams. So in a single serving, we're only going to get about 51.6 calories. Now guys, that's really not a lot. When it comes to carbohydrates, 2.1 grams, protein, 1.6 grams, fat, 4.5 grams, fiber, 1.1 gram. Now let's take a look at the vitamins and minerals. Copper, 18% DV, which means it is a good source of copper based on the 520 rule. Next up is manganese, 11% DV, so it is a good source. Calcium, 9%, not a good source. Magnesium, 8%, not a good source. Iron, 7%, phosphorus, 6%, zinc, 5%, thiamine, 5%, and vitamin B6 is at 4%. So as you can see, based on the 520 rule, sesame seeds per serving aren't necessarily the best sources. So if you want to up the ante just a little bit, maybe consume 2, maybe 3 servings of sesame seeds. That way we're converting these not so good sources into good and perhaps excellent sources. All right, now let's talk about the health benefits. But before we dive into the health benefits, Coach D wants to talk about the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance and there's no such thing as luck. So in other words, if you're healthy, it's because you cause your body to be healthy. As opposed to being diseased, well, you don't become diseased by being lucky or by chance. Chances are you're putting more toxins in your body than you are nutrients. So now that we understand that the nutrients are the causes and the health benefits are the effects, let's dive into them. Number 1, sesame seeds are a rich source of essential nutrients. Now, we need to define the term essential. Basically, what it means is that these nutrients must come from food, that they are not manufactured by the body, right? So in other words, when we talk about those amino acids, when we talk about those fatty acids, those are nutrients that the body cannot make on its own. So instead, it must acquire them from the foods that we eat, specifically plant foods. Next up, sesame seeds, they lower cholesterol levels. Now there are 2 very important phytonutrients that we need to discuss that play the role in lowering cholesterol levels. We have to talk about phytosterols and lignans. That's right, guys, phytosterols and lignans. Also, sesame seeds, they reduce our blood pressure, they balance hormone levels. Now, I gotta say that this particular benefit is aided by the phytonutrient called sesamin. That's right, guys, it's called sesamin. Also, sesame seeds fight cancer cell growth, right? So now we gotta say what's up to another phytonutrient, and these are called lignin precursors. Guys, whenever you hear the term precursor, basically what that means is before, right? So before a lignin. So basically a lignin precursor is any substance that is going to come before the actual lignin itself. Also, sesame seeds, they boost fat burning. So for those of us who are looking to lose a little bit of weight, you may want to consider eating more sesame seeds. And last but not least, sesame seeds enhance nutrient absorption. So maybe you're suffering from a malabsorption of some particular minerals and or vitamins. Well, all you have to do is eat more sesame seeds, problem solved. All right, now it's time to go to our website for everything vegan, right? Well, not quite. Normally we visit forksoverknives.com, but today I wanted to switch it up just a little bit and introduce you to a brand new vegan recipe website. Say hello to One Green Planet. Now, as usual, went to the website, checked it out, and look at what I came up with. 2 amazingly delicious sesame seed vegan recipes. So the first one that I want to share with you today is entitled Homemade Tahini. Take a look at the picture, it looks delicious. And the second recipe is herb chickpea and sesame crackers. Take a look at the picture, looks amazing, yes. So if you are so inclined to make and eat one of these dishes, then all you have to do is click on the description box. In the description box, I am providing you with a direct link to these recipes. Now, when you get to the link, you're going to notice a few things. Number one, it's going to give you the cooking time. Number two, it's going to give you the instructions. And number three, it's going to give you all the ingredients that you need in order to complete these dishes. So go ahead, try them out, eat them. Write in the comment box below. Let me know if you like them. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you are wondering, all right, Coach D, I get it. I understand the health benefits. I understand the background information, and I even love the few fun facts. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more sesame seeds? Well, 23% Nation, the best day, and I gotta be honest, is Nature Day. That's right, guys, Nature Day. Now, when is Nature Day? Well, it's the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, perhaps you've been living under a rock and you know nothing about the 23% challenge. Well, it's a 7-day wellness program. Well, correction, it is a monthly 7-day wellness program. In other words, it's the first 7 days of every single month. So whether it's July 1st through the 7th, it's the 23% challenge. Or maybe it's November 1st through the 7th, it's the 23% challenge. Now, the interesting thing about Nature Day is that it is the first day of the challenge, which means it is the first day of every single month. So whether it's December 1st, October 1st, or even May 1st, it's always Nature Day. Okay, now if you don't mind, I would like to talk about Nature Day just a little bit longer. Okay, so what is Nature Day all about? Well, it's our opportunity to get closer to nature. Now, yes, there are tons of different things that you can do in order to get closer to nature, such as taking a nature walk, or maybe going to swim in a pond, a lake, or the ocean. But today, Coach D wants to give you an alternative. I prefer to get closer to nature by simply putting it in my body. That's right. Eat what nature provides. What does nature provide? Plant foods. So in other words, on Nature Day, you're going to purchase and eat only plant foods and drink only water. That's right, guys. No meat, no animal products, no processed foods, and definitely no processed beverages. So in other words, eat more plants. Now, to help you out, I'm going to invite you to become one of 3 different types of vegans. So if you want to try to become a 3% vegan, well, all that simply means is that you choose one day out of the entire month to eat nothing but plant foods. And lo and behold, that one day could be Nature Day. Now, the second type of vegan that I want to introduce to you today is called a 13% vegan. A 13% vegan is someone who eats only plant foods only 4 times out of an entire month. So maybe you want to do your 4 days during the first week, which would be the 1st, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. And last but not least, I invite you to become a 23% vegan, which basically is what Coach D is. A 23% vegan is a person who eats only plant foods the first 7 days out of the entire month. Now, whether you want to make it the first 7 days or maybe you want to sprinkle those 7 days throughout the entire month, I'll leave that up to you. But Coach D prefers the first 7 days of every single month. So there you have it, guys. Nature Day is in full effect. All right. Now, because I want you to have a very successful Nature Day, I'm going to offer you a few tips. Tip number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, all you're going to do is hang out in the produce section. That's right, the produce section. Why the produce section? Because that's where the majority of your fresh fruits and vegetables are located. So do all your shopping in the produce section. Tip number 2, for those of us who love farmers markets, and yes, there are tons of benefits to shopping at a farmers market as opposed to a grocery store. So go to your farmers market and do your produce shopping. Now, for those of us who don't know farmers markets exist, or maybe you don't know where one is, all you have to do is go to Google and type in farmers markets near me. There you have it. Third tip, and this is for those of us who prefer our grocery stores, is to go to the prepared dishes section. Now, when you get over there, just make sure you ask the person behind the counter if they have any vegan or vegetarian options. This is probably going to appeal to those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods, or don't want to cook plant foods, or don't have time to cook plant foods. All right, let somebody else do the cooking for you. Now, this food may be a little less expensive, maybe more expensive, depending on the price per pound. So be prepared to pay for the food either by half a pound, a full pound, or if you really enjoy it, why not get 2 pounds? And my fourth tip is to visit a vegan restaurant. A shoemaker to his shoes, right? So for those of us who want to taste the best tasting plant foods that planet Earth has to offer, let the chefs prepare it. So go to a vegan restaurant, sit down, order, and do 2 things. Number 1, let them know that Coach D sent you. And number 2, be sure to order something that has sesame seeds. So there you have it, guys. 4 tips to make your nature day amazing. All right, time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. Why? Because we have inquiry minds. So we want to know, which sesame seed recipe do you prefer? Was it recipe 1 or recipe 2? Or maybe, just maybe, you know of a vegan sesame seed dish that you would like to share with us. So whether you want to take one of mine or share one of yours, please write your response in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. Now, before I sign out, I gotta ask you to please subscribe and like the video. And let's not forget our 3-word mantra, hashtag eat more plants. That's all that I have for you today. I'm signing out. Always take care. God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.